Welcome back to the Titanium Hangout. This is Mike. Today I want to talk to you about the live stream for G.I. Joe. It seems like it's all classified all day long. In case I missed it, unless I missed it, there's no O-ring, there's no of the 25th anniversary kind of stuff, but they kind of abandoned that, no crossovers, but a lot of classified, so we're going to get and talk about all this classified, and we're going to start with the name-only reveals coming up. Now I try to get this video up in time to let everybody know Serpentor is back up for order or pre-order. I don't know if it was pre-order or order, but it's sold out now. So there were some when I placed my pre-orders and was getting my pictures together, but now it's sold out again. So they just keep putting it back up, dangling that carrot. I'm not sure why or how or what's going on with this, but there's no more mind benders or anything. So that's kind of sucks, but it was good that they put it back up, but nobody knew about it. At this point, I would almost guarantee the next live stream, the next set of pre-orders they put up, will have another batch of Mindbender. Okay, so the first name-only reveal we got is Quick Kick, and I think that Quick Kick is a great one. I'm excited for it, and it'll probably be a nice classic look to it. So I do look forward to that, and a Quick Kick. No pictures or anything like that, name-only reveal. Not even like a picture of the character. That was strange. Next up, they have Mutt & Junkyard. I'm just going to show some 25th anniversary versions because those were great, actually. They did a really good job on those, and I just anticipate them looking similar, but yet a little bit upgraded from that. So, a Mutt & Junkyard. So I'm guessing the Mutt & Junkyard is going to be the $45 price point that they were talking about. Which, if you don't know, it's $45 price point is going to be the new with an animal price point. Kind of like we see with Snake Eyes and Timber. And then Big Boa, and I didn't realize I don't have a Big Boa in the 25th anniversary. I have the vintage one, so I guess that one was one of those exclusive club exclusive ones, which have gone parabolic price-wise, and so with that, that's one that I look forward to getting in classified. Wouldn't mind getting one in this style also, but it is what it is. But it's one of those characters that's a little bit later on, and I'm sure there's mixed feelings between people. There's people that absolutely love this character, and others that hate him. I'm in the I love him because I had him as a kid. So we got the obligatory digital render section with Tunnel Rat, night vision optics, and he's got nice camo and flashlights plug into the backpack and all that kind of stuff. So that doesn't look too bad. We got Firefly, remote control car bombs, classic deco. I'm thinking with this Firefly, is this going to be obviously better than what they did with the Cobra Island version, the Target one? But will the Cobra Island version, the Target one, be one that nobody wants anymore, or will that one be more sought after because they're not going to be putting that one back out probably because they're going to have this better version? Be kind of interesting to see how that goes. And then low light with a rifle bag, and a rifle breaks down, goggles come off, and so that's kind of interesting. Like, I never really thought about the whole rifle bag thing in situation how they do it, and they break down the rifle and all that kind of stuff. And then there's one, the Shadow Tracker, Ghost Spot Deco, and a Skull Mask. And I'm wondering, is that Skull Mask, was that one that was included with the Zartan SDCC? I don't have the Zartan SDCC, so for me, I'm still kind of like, it's all pictures to me at this point, right? So I can't really say, that looks like what I've got, because I don't have that one. But anyway, it is pretty cool. And one of the things about the Firefly is, I'm thinking, would you want to pick up the old one before this one comes out, before the price of the other one goes up or down? Who knows? Okay, so we have G.I. Joe Classified Scrap Iron and Anti-Armor Drone at $45. This is the higher price point, and this is in the $44.99. It is number 74, and the drone looks pretty cool, and the figure looks pretty cool. Very retro-esque, and with a modern take. So this is exactly what Classified is all about. It's looking retro, having a modern flair to it, and all that kind of stuff. Here he is with the drone in a different configuration, more or less, or maybe just a different angle. I don't know. But it's big, and they were talking about how big it is. I don't know if it would be big enough to, in my opinion, be worth the price point of, say, the vehicles. So we're already into the small vehicle price point. So it sort of makes me scared of what the Trouble Bubble is going to cost when it comes out, which they didn't reveal the price or anything about that or show the Trouble Bubble. So I don't know about pre-ordering Trouble Bubbles just yet, but this guy's $45. And here he is with all of his stuff. I guess you could say his loadout and all that kind of stuff. And then his box, his packaging. And so I guess I'm really going to only say this once, even though I think this box looks fantastic. by the way. The pictures look great, and I can understand with vehicles, it'd be okay to have this kind of box. But the box reminds me that I'm only going to order one. I did pre-order one of these, I think, but with these higher price point ones don't sell that well. I mean, Serpentor does, and Mindbender. But this is a general release. You can get it pretty much anywhere, and I'm wondering if there's going to be some deals on this bad boy. But we'll see. If you really, really want this, you need to pre-order it, though. Next up, we get the G.I. Joe Classified series Cobra Valkyries. It's female. I think they said they were officers, but are they troopers, officers? Either way, they're pretty cool. They got the female ones in here. Now, this is 2 figures in one box for $54.99. And so with that makes a lot of sense price-wise. Their standard one is $25. The 2-packs, they knock $5 off because you're buying 2 in one. So that's kind of cool the way they did that, and they look pretty good. Here's a nice group of them. If you want to buy 2.5 boxes of them, you can make this scene. So 2.5 boxes of them, or was it $135 or something, you could have this scene that looks pretty good, and they look great. And here she is with all of her stuff. Well, the 2 of them with all their stuff. Now, they do come with different colors. So one has kind of the gold look, one's got the black look, and then they got a slew of different accessories for firing. And we did see a lot of this. I think we saw this stuff in renders before. But anyway, it still looks pretty cool. Looks pretty good in real life. And there's the packaging. Now, Snow Job is the first of their deluxe series because it comes with so much stuff. Now, I was thinking he would just be the normal price, but I knew he wasn't going to be the $45 price point. So they've created a new price point in the middle, $35. So I'm actually okay with it. I really like Snow Job. That's one of my, I don't know. I could say I really like about 100 Joes, so I guess so could everybody else. He looks fantastic, and these pictures are phenomenal. I don't know they mentioned the name of whoever did the artwork, but these promo pics look fantastic, and they do their job to make you want to get the figure, don't they? That's just awesome. Alright, so here he is with all of his stuff and his box, his packaging, and I will admit I do like the direction they're going with the box art, but I'd rather see the figure. I would rather see the figure. Some of the box art looks crazy, but I would rather see the figure. So he does come with 2 skis, and he got 2 of the snowshoes. He's got his backpack that can hold all of his stuff that's not getting used. He's got an extra head, glasses. He's got 2 different ways to do his hat and all that kind of stuff. So I think this whole picture is renders of stuff we've already seen before, and the other pictures, those were the real product. So moving on to real product, we've got Torpedo. Torpedo is at the $24.99 price point. I did pre-order him, and I keep getting Torpedo and Wetsuit mixed up. Oh, he's number 73, and Edward Torpedo Leiloa. So he's cool looking. I think he does look good, and I always felt like the vintage toy was a little bit too simplistic for me, and I liked the wetsuit design a little bit more. But here he is. You can see that he's got some accessories clipped on there. He's got his knife and his helmet, all that stuff. All that's removable. It was a lot of fun, really good, and very articulated and all that kind of stuff. So here he is with his box packaging and his loadout now. This is the render stuff, I believe, but I think it looks fantastic. I think they did a pretty good job with them, and so I'm kind of happy about that. And with his spear gun, having that little accessory that he can just kind of put on his arm and drape on his arm. Plus, he has a real gun that's going to be doing some real good stuff. And yeah, get to see it all, looking good. And I definitely worth the price point. Well, I really hope to find some of these in the wild for the $20 price point at Target, because Target's still charging $20 or $22.99 depending on which Target you go to. Next up, we got Copperhead, who's numbered 72, $24.99, and looks good. So this brings in the drivers with no vehicles, so the vehicleless driver. I'm okay with that. And a lot of people are upset that they feel like they'll never get the vehicle, because if we're going to get the driver, we'll never get the vehicle, and I understand that mentality, but that's the price we pay in this scale. So when you're looking at this scale, the vehicles are either going to be HasLabs, non-existent, or just real small vehicles. So it tells me the Moccasin is just too big to be a retail release, I guess. So, of course, it could be reused. Never mind. It could be reused in Tiger Force, right? But anyhow, this looks fantastic, and it's a great-looking figure. Brings you back with the retro feels, has a modern flair and take on it. So I think they're doing some good work right here. So I will give it to the Hasbro team, doing good work, and they look fantastic. Good job. Here it is with what I believe is a digital render, and you can see that gun of his. Now, we saw all this stuff, I think, already before, but yeah, it does all look pretty good. And then there's the box and the packaging, which it's nice that they put the actual figure on the packaging, but will we be playing another round of packaging not matching the product? And with this, since this could be a Tiger Force, in my opinion, because of the vehicle that's a Tiger Force vehicle, I didn't see any repaints for Python Patrol or Tiger Force or any of that kind of stuff. And so with that, I'm starting to wonder, is that over, or is more going to come? Is that just going to be down the road? Is Target done with it? Will another retailer pick it up? I don't know. It would be interesting to find more information about that. So now we get into a little rock and roll. Craig Rock and Roll McConnell. And he's 71. He's not 71 years old. He's number 71. And looks pretty good. Now this is one of the figures that was in the vintage line I felt was just lame. And I had him as a kid, but I thought he was lame. But they're making him look a lot better. So here he is with his box and everything that comes with him. And so with that, they've got him with the promo art doing the whole fingers in the air kind of thing. So rock and roll. Rock on, bro. But does have a helmet, the walkie-talkie, the gun, the handgun, full-on gun, all that kind of stuff. Lots of great accessories with them for the $25 price point. Next up is Shipwreck. I think Shipwreck looks fantastic. He's number 70 and $24.99. He's got all the stuff that the vintage one had, and he does look very vintage and a bit of a modern flair to him. They did talk about they upped the ante on his tattoos. He's got his chest hair right there. They added to the birds, the poly, the paint apps are just a lot of it for that little bit of an item, and so that's kind of stuff they pointed out on the live stream. Here we go, getting to kind of show what's going on with his tattoo and his paint apps on his shoulder. And now they did say that if you look at this, he's got his rope, and with that rope is a hole in it, and then there's a peg that the poly plugs into and all that kind of stuff. So that kind of works. Here is, again, I think digital render stuff and all of the accessories that come with him, which is a slew of accessories, which is pretty cool and very fun. You can see he's got a toupee that you swap out the hat with the toupee, and they made that design choice because they didn't want to just put a giant hat on him. They wanted it to look correct. And I think it's a pretty good design choice. Some people might say, well, you should have had swappable heads, but then you get into more premium price point and all that kind of stuff. So I'm okay with this. Probably would never use the toupee. Ever. Bazooka. Now, Bazooka's nothing new to us because we already have the Tiger Force version, but he does look pretty good in his standard colors. What we expect, what we all had back in the day, and what we would expect for this line. And what everybody was really upset about, that, oh no, we're not getting the regular one because we're getting the Tiger Force one. I was like, no, he's coming. And here he is. So, looking good. He does have 4 of his missiles. I think they said you could put 2 missiles in his launcher at the same time. I'm not 100% sure that's how missile launchers work, but okay, maybe that is. But that's cool. It looks good. He's got his hat and all that kind of stuff. It kind of shows some great pictures here. Here he is with, that might be the real thing though. That look at the light shining on that. That might be the real thing. It looks good. But I thought it was digital render. Looking next to it, I don't like his box. I really don't like how they have the artwork on this. It's just not, to me, it doesn't fit the line of G.I. Joe. It's like it's some other thing, but that's just me. Anyway, that's Bazooka, looking pretty good. Trust me, he's number 62, not number 14. So that's all 8 of the reveals that are up for pre-order. That is the digital render reveals we saw, and then the name only reveals. So go over there and get your pre-orders in if you're interested in this. And for me personally, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. I'm pre-ordering 1 of each of these. If I find them cheaper later on to get a second, maybe I'll get a second. But as I'm getting the Super 7 ones, I am going to be putting the Super 7 ones on my shelf and putting the Classifieds back in the box. The thing about Classified is there's going to be so many more of them than Super 7 is going to ever be able to keep up with. So it's not something I'll ever abandon, the Classified. But I do like the look of Super 7 and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Pedro Hanger out.